Alrighty. Alright, so we got that. Yeah, man. Alrighty. Should be good. Um, uh, Shit, alright. Yeah, man. Alrighty. Should be good. Alright, that should be good. Alright. Well, I guess I can say this now. I'm back. That's the first thing I can say. The second thing is to, more say, explain what was going on and what happened. Uh, uh, the day of October 1st, I had some news about somebody in the server doing something and everything. I knew it. I got tired of being in the B3 dev team, tired of being in the B3 server, tired of being a mod and everything. I left. Um, Biddle wished me well. I'd say a couple hours later, I um, got sent a sweat longer needle made on me on Twitter. It was addressing the following uh, accusations and allegations. One of them being sexual harasser, another one being a manipulator, and the other one being a cheater to my ex. And I would like to discuss that a bit before I finally move on with this situation. One of the things that I want to address first is most definitely the sexual harassment thing. At the at the time when I was at the time when I was texting at the time when I was texting Biddle, I was 17, and our relationship was nothing but like a sibling. Like, we weren't dating, we weren't in an actual relationship, none of that. Um, this is no way of me excusing of what I did say in her, what I did say in our DMs, but I do want to apologize for the third time uh, about the DMs. I also would like to apologize to a couple other people. I'd like to apologize to my ex. I would like to apologize to DJ Dan for everything that I've caused him. Um, and for some of you may didn't know, These text messages were back in May when I was still 17 years old. It was a 2 year it was a 2 year age difference. Biddle was and still is 15 and I was 17. Even though I know I was 17, I should have known ahead of time. And again, I want to apologize for what I've done and that I realize, you know, I should have known better now that I'm 18 years old. I would like to admit it over time that I was acting over my feelings when it comes to being around people. Um, some of the things that I did, including banning, weren't necessarily that good on my wasn't necessarily that good on my part, and people who call me out for it were definitely right, and I also want to say I apologize for that as well. Um, the cheater claim. My relationship with my ex was rocky because I was always asking for favors and never returning them back. I admit that I was trying to move on from the situation after we broke up, and I also admit that during our relationship, I did flirt with our mutual friend. My ex did confront me about it, asking me why I would do it. I didn't have an answer for it, and all I could do was beg for forgiveness. After that, the only interaction that me and the mutual friend had was me asking if their commissions were open for a promo art for my mod that I'm still working on. My ex gave me a second chance around late August. We broke up in early September. I'll admit it, I was begging and I did cry for him to not leave me. He moved he told me to move on and it took me a bit to move on, which also led me to my friendship and me flirting with DJ Dan after me and Ethan's relationship. My relationship with DJ Dan was that I started talking to him a month or two after Biddle, and I met him as a friend. Biddle, I think Biddle introduced me to him. I'm not sure. I joked around with him and flirted with him a lot. I admitted when those screenshots on Needle Sting, I was 17 at the time. I asked Dan's age. He said he was over 18, and I did say I won't flirt with you or do anything with you until I turn 18. And when I broke up with Ethan, I started started flirting with Dan more. We had a falling out when I started acting over feelings when it comes to being a moderator slash admin in the B3 Remix community server. I would like to apologize for the person that I did ban at the time, and I would like to apologize to Dan for causing so much trouble over arguing back and forth. I also do want to address a little bit of my experience in the community still, considering I do still have a little bit of hope for this community, even though this stuff is going on. My experience in the FNF community was good, and I got to meet some great people and do some great things. I'm going to admit there are some people that I dislike in this community, but I am willing to turn my head and just completely ignore them. Um, the the situation about me saying that Funkin' Ford was rigged, I I did say that, and I'm gonna admit it. But that's one statement I'm afraid I'm not gonna back down from. Funkin' Ford is over, I think, or is not continuing until for a while. But um, quite frankly, I did try to be that one person that put people in check and everything, and without even being aware of my situation or being alert about what I was doing. To everyone inside and out of this situation, I am deeply sorry about my actions I've caused towards others. And for the people involved in this situation, especially Biddle, I am very sorry for mentally damaging you. That's really all I had. That's really all this stream was going to be. Nothing else. And, well, yeah. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say, and that's all really I needed to say. I'll probably stream sometime or probably make another YouTube video. I'm not sure. Depends on how I'm feeling. But I needed to get that off my chest. Even though I posted on community tabs about it and I already, shared it around with people months months ago. But I still felt like, having at least a live stream or a video explaining things or having my response on me getting canceled on Twitter and everything just felt like a thing that completed the puzzle piece. So, to whoever's watching, I thank you for listening. I thank you for hearing my side of the story and everything.